That's where we see a lot of the kids can come into our program as early as 6. And, you know, one of the things that we're finding is that the earlier that we can get kids and begin to plant those seeds, the better equipped they're going to be the later they move down in life. And so, you know, if we're getting 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade kids before they get into high school, the prospects for those children facing the adversity are much better than if it's after the fact. Because, you know, you heard about they used to consider Metro Nashville schools as dropout factories. Those kids are not thinking about dropping out in the 12th grade. Well, you know what, am I going to come back for the 12th grade or am I going to drop out? No. Those seeds are being sown before they even get to high school. Kids are dropping out in the 9th grade. And we all know that if a kid drops out, their likelihood of entering the juvenile justice system, entering the criminal justice system, is almost on par with those kids that have a parent incarcerated. So the younger we can get them, especially those middle school age kids, because that's when they're starting to be bombarded with some of those things. Kids are exposed to things at a much younger age than I was. I mean, I grew up in the city of Detroit, which at one time or another was always considered murder capital and all those other negative things that you might hear about. But I never once had to worry about, you know, getting shot over some stupid argument. We got guns all over the place now, and everybody wants to be Clint Eastwood and Charles Bronson and that kind of thing around here. But, you know, we at least had people who let us know that we mattered. I mean, it does take a village to raise a child. We do need individual mentors. We do need to be able to connect with the people in our communities. I can tell you right now, going back to when I was in elementary school, almost the names of every family that lived on my block. And all of them took a role in making sure that we grew up. And I guarantee you, if I was getting into something I wasn't supposed to be in down the street, by the time I got home, my parents knew about it. You know, and those are the kinds of things that you help to do with that child. You become part of a child's team. It's not a surrogate parent role. It's not because these parents aren't good parents. In fact, the parents that bring kids to our program are great parents because they recognize that they need some help. You know, many of these single moms, these aunties, these grandmothers are working 2, 3 jobs to keep the lights on, to make sure that their kids have every opportunity to achieve the American dream. And that key component, oftentimes between those kids being able to stay in relative care and not become involved in the state because, you know, their relatives couldn't afford to do it, come down to the relationship of a big brother or a big sister in those kids' lives. So it's, you know, it's really, you know, again, like I said, it's being part of something bigger, being part of a movement.